Hello, and welcome to another video. Now, I'm a little excited about this video because I put a lot of time into these slides. And you read the title correctly. Yes, The Sacrifice of Eddie Guerrero and Chris Benoit. But I also got Owen Hart in here. So I'm not gonna waste any of you guys' precious time. Let's just get into this. But before I get into this, I need everybody to smash the like button. YouTube, they currently playing with my views. Ever since I started going hard on Gematria, my views are going up, but YouTube not reflecting it. So just like, share, send this to any wrestling fan. If you think it's stupid, like, send it to another wrestling fan. You get what I'm trying to say. Just make the feedback on this shit go crazy. But without further ado, let's get into it. The Sacrifice of Eddie Guerrero and Chris Benoit. Now let's just jump into it. Now, it's important to note that Eddie Guerrero dies at age 38. That's important because 38 also equals murder in the reverse reduction cipher. Reverse reduction meaning you throw the English alphabet in reverse and you add numerology to it. Another interesting thing is Eddie Guerrero equals 73, just like Sacrifice. And there's a lot of reflections and a lot of the same numbers being in different ciphers or reflections of numbers. So we have Eddie Guerrero in that same reduction cipher, that murder equals 38 in, and we have Sacrifice in the ordinal cipher. Mind you, I have 119 slides. These are just the first. So let's go. Also important is he dies 1 month and 5 days after his birthday. If you're not aware, Latino Heat was his nickname. That was his most popular nickname. That equals 105. Just like how he dies 1 month and 5 days after his birthday, or 1 month 0 weeks 5 days after his birthday. But we wouldn't count the zero in the case. Just like American Professional Wrestler equals 105 in the Chaldean and Sepentary ciphers. Now I'm gonna use Chaldean and Sepentary are gonna come up a lot in this video because you have to the base 4 ciphers already do it, but other ciphers, they're gonna open your eyes to things that aren't there. So other ciphers are very useful, especially Chaldean and the other ones, but we'll see. Now, you can also say he died 36 days after his birthday. That's interesting because Eddie Guerrero in the sepentary, however fuck you pronounce that shit. It equals 63, the reflection of 36, and also the hospital he died in equals 363. Peep the 36 and the 63, 369. And all these rituals, 369, are very prevalent. So also interesting to note is killing equals 74. And he died, well, from when he died to the birthday he never got to see, the next birthday he never got to see, we get 47 weeks, just like the reflection of 74 in killing. And I already put it here, but killing equals 38 as well, in the reduction cipher, the pure cipher. Let's keep going. Lightweight jamming, like Unplug 'em says. Vince McMahon. Now, it's interesting because, again, most of the same numbers are gonna pop up in this video, and I'm talking about three different people that three different people that got taken out by the numbers in this video, but the same numbers are going to pop up. You're gonna see. I'm not gonna spoil it, but if we take Vince McMahon, he happened to be 60 years old during the tragic passing of Eddie Guerrero. Just like how Vince McMahon equals 60 in the reverse reduction cipher. All right. And this 60 is going to pop up again. So a lot of these numbers are going to pop up again. I'm warning you. This is probably going to be a pretty long video, so you feel me? Just buckle in. Now, also, Eddie's death occurs 11 weeks and 5 days after Vince McMahon's birthday. Just like I didn't put it here, but killing equals 115 in reverse ordinal. Just, or you can also say it was, well, no, he was 60 years. Yeah, that's adding on to that other slide. But look, come on, killing. Interesting to note, Vince McMahon equals 154 and 71, just like the place he died at. 154 and 71. Now, I'm on the 10th slide, and I got 109 left. So, right now we lightweight jamming. And if you watching this, you hanging on, I need you to let me know what my grade is. What my grade is after this, because I'll tell you this, I wasn't really that good in well, I was creative, but I wasn't that good using Google Slide in school, but I let that experience guide me well. So 154 ordinal 71, same numbers, different ciphers. Also, Eddie Guerrero, going back to it equals 63 in the septenary cipher. There we go. Septenary. That's how you pronounce it. His name equals 63, just like Vince McMahon's name equals 63. Now, Vince McMahon, if you don't know, he is a real life evil motherfucker. He is real life evil. And I will always debate that football and basketball are more scripted than wrestling, because yeah, wrestling is fake, but they were really publicly humiliating people out there. Like, you did the wrong shit, you said the wrong thing backstage, you was getting publicly humiliated. And Vince McMahon, he was the owner of it. And Vince McMahon, if you don't know about Vince McMahon, yeah, just do some research, right? Also equals 63 in the same septenary cipher is Skull and Bones. Now, this is important because Vince McMahon is a 33rd degree Scottish Rite Freemason. And it's all the Jesuits. The Jesuits are a big network, but yeah, he's for sure a 33rd degree Freemason. I'm not sure if he's a Skull and Bones Freemason. I have to do more research on that, but Vince McMahon for sure is a 33rd degree Scottish Rite Freemason. Yeah, again, 63 with all these three, same gematria. Funny enough, we take Eddie Guerrero's real first and last name, Eduardo Yanez. We get 220 and 76. Interesting enough, we get 202 and 76, just like Skull and Bones. Now, remember, reflections. There's a lot of reflections in this video. A lot of reflections in these ciphers. So, a reflection means the same thing. All it is just the numbers just in a different place, but they ultimately have the same significance. So 202 and 76, and 220 and 76. Same ciphers as well. Just like blood sacrifice and human sacrifice, the reflection of 76, 67. Also, from Vince McMahon's birthday to Eddie's passing is 2 months and 20 days, proving in spades that this is a Skull and Bones ritual. So now now that I think about it, Vince McMahon is for sure a Skull and Bones Freemason, because it's been a lot of deaths connected to Vince McMahon throughout the years. Not just these three that I'm talking about in this video. So 220, just like Eddie Guerrero. Eddie Guerrero's real name is 220, and Skull and Bones 202. Now, this is when things get, you feel me? We still lightweight jamming, but this is when these synchronicities, they start synchronizing way too perfectly to be a coincidence. And also, I'm on slide 16, so let me know if you still think this is a coincidence. Because I got 119 slides in total, and we not even at half. So let me know. So Vincent Kennedy McMahon, his full name, well, yeah, without the junior, equals 232. And Eddie Guerrero's real name, his real full name, equals 2,232. You see, different ciphers, same numbers popping up. Now, if we take yeah, from Vincent McMahon's birthday to the day Eddie died is 81 days. Wait, I'm sorry, hold on. I think it's the Virgo in me. I gotta make sure something's correct. No, I'm right. I'm right, cool. Cool. So again, we get 81 days. Um just just like ritual equals 81 and 27, and we get 60 for the when we type in the day Eddie died. 60 is important because again, Vince McMahon equals 60 and he was 60 years old at the time of death. Oh yeah, 27. But interesting enough, when we take his stage name, his stage first name, Eddie, we get 27 in not only the ordinal cipher, the reduction cipher, the reverse reduction cipher, and the Latin cipher. Also, when we take his real full name, we get 27 in the septenary cipher. I'm gonna have to work on that pronunciation because that shit is kind of fucks with my brain because I pronounce it as septenary. But yeah, we get 27 when we type in his stage name and his real name. Right? How funny that we get 27 in 4 different ciphers. What a coincidence, right? Also, I don't even really use the standard cipher, but I accidentally clicked it, and again, we get 115. 223, 110, 115, 67, 63. We already talked about the 63 and the 67 and the 115. Funny enough, Vince McMahon equals 101, the anagram for 110. And, that's relating to Skull and Bones. Moving forward, oh yeah, this is just to show I really do this shit. I really do this shit. But other than that, it's interesting to note that SmackDown, the last show Eddie wrestled on, equals 103 and 31. Now we'll see later, but think about how Eddie died on the 13th, and we're gonna see later, but he died on 31 and 13th day numerology. Again, you can just take the 0 out and you get a 13. Interesting to note, his last opponent ever, last person he ever had a match with before his passing, was Mr. Kennedy. Interesting enough, Mr. Kennedy equals 134 in the reverse ordinal cipher, and Eddie Guerrero equals 134 in the ordinal cipher. So again, I'm checking in to anybody, any coincidence theorists. It's still a coincidence. We're not even halfway done. We're at slide 21. We're not even, barely even a quarter way done. So, yeah. Mr. Kennedy 134, Eddie Guerrero 134. And the like I said, the same numbers are gonna pop up. So buckle in. Of course, some of these are out of order, so you're gonna have to remind me. My ADHD and excitement was kicking in because I was fiending to make this video. So some things are gonna be out of order, so you're gonna have to bear with me. But of course, these are just examples of Skull and Bones symbolism. Again, we got One Piece, and I know a lot of people like One Piece, but all these animes are symbolic. Again, the Buccaneers, the Poison logo. When you see the Skull and Bones, you automatically think of Poison, and then the Raiders. So, so March 6th is Mr. Kennedy's birthday. So if we take from Mr. Kennedy's birthday, March 6th of that year, to his last match with Eddie, we get 8 months and 6 days. Funny, because blood sacrifice equals 86. And I'm not done. I'm not done. We can also say it was 8 months, 1 week, and 1 day from from Mr. Kennedy's last birthday to the death of Eddie. So not his last match with Eddie, but to his death, we get 8 months, 1 week, and 1 day. Just like death equals 118 in Latin. 811 being the reflection of 8118. Also, Mr. Kennedy equals 33 in Chaldean, and Kennedy, which is Vince McMahon's, I forgot to put that in there, but Kennedy is Vince McMahon's middle name. Funny enough, that equals 33 in the pure cipher. Now, come on. We still lightweight jamming. We ain't even... We still lightweight jamming, so bear with me. We just beginning, right? Also, already put that there, but interesting to note, SmackDown vs. Raw 2006 came out the same day Eddie died, and in that game is I don't have it here because I said a lot of shit that's out of order, but the information is solid. It's just out of order because I was moving very frantically. But getting back to my point, from November 11, 2000, well, fuck that, fuck what I'm just saying. But like I said, it was this game dropped same day Eddie died, and in the game is it's in the story mode of the game. But basically, Undertaker choke slams Eddie into a casket, and Eddie would die 2 days later. We're gonna get on the Undertaker, right? But getting back to that date, when we put that date in, we get 44 for the Sepentary cipher. 44, of course, being the number for kill. 44 equals kill, karma, genocide, execution, so on and so forth. Multiple other things, but those are just, you feel me? Those are just small things, right? But if we take the death of Eddie to the next birthday of Vince McMahon, funny enough, we get 40 weeks and 4 days, just like 44. If you want to drop that 0, we get 44. But also, if you want to drop the 0, 40 is even dropping the 0, but 4 is the number of the death of the cult. Like I said, 44, 17, 44. Yeah, this is what I'm talking about. Now, I tried to put the video in here of Undertaker choke slamming Eddie in the casket in the game, but for some reason, it's probably because I don't know how to import videos into Google Slides. So if anybody can help me, give me a tip, I would truly appreciate it. But you can also always look this video up yourself. Oh yeah, The Undertaker. Now, remember how I said Vince McMahon equals 60? The Undertaker equals 60 as well, and it equals 201, just like the Jesuit order. If you don't know who the Jesuit order is, they're in charge of all this. They're in charge of all entertainment, everything you see on the TV, everything you see on the news, Google. They're who people like to refer to as the Illuminati. Funny enough, when we take Undertaker's real name, his real full name, we get 71, 118, 44. Funny, 17, if I can go back to it. 17 being the reflection of, 71 being the reflection of 17, and 17 equals kill, just like 44, and his name equals 44 in 2 different ciphers, and that 118 is like I just showed you. If I can go back to it, Mr. Kennedy, 118 equals death in Latin. Now remember, I'm not quite sure exactly how they conduct these rituals and put them together, but I would imagine a lot of math and a lot of talking to spirits, because all this is too orchestrated for it to be done by man, in my opinion. I believe it's half technology, half man doing it, or half technology, half whatever they like to call God. Now, funny enough, we got Undertaker with the skull and bones / Osiris symbolism, arm crossed. Just to show you, yeah, they don't call him Undertaker for a reason. 38, 25. Interesting. When we take World Wrestling Entertainment, we get 132 and 1,302. 132 in the Purist cipher and 1,302 in the Satanic cipher. Also, when we take Eddie Guerrero's real name, his real first and last name, we get 1,320. Again, you can drop that 0. Zeros have no value in numerology, so you just drop that 0, and we get 1,000. And you could technically say we get 132 in the reverse Sumerian cipher if you don't want to add that 0. Even his real full name, we're taking his real full name, we get 132 in the pure cipher. It just goes to show this is all scripted, and these are people that are born into it. So I wouldn't think it was hard to believe that they're groomed for these positions just so they can get taken out by their numbers. Now, let's get into Owen Hart. Now, Owen Hart, I was thinking originally making a video about him by himself, but I just want to throw it all in here. Throw all 3 in here. Interesting enough, when we take Owen Hart's death to Vince McMahon's birthday that year, we get 132. Just like World Wrestling Entertainment equals 132. Now, I know it's going to be somebody watching this somewhere that's going to, it wasn't called that at the time. I mean, at the end of the day, the number's still there, and these sacrifices are to make sure the companies flourish. So either way, it works out. I believe I had something right here, but I can't remember. Right? So when we take from Owen Hart's birthday to the day he died, you could say he was 1,776 weeks old. Just like World Wrestling Federation equals 1,776. Now, that's interesting because you could say that's the year the country was founded, but it was also the year the Bavarian Illuminati was founded. Very interesting, right? Because you can technically say it was kill numbers all over it, because 17 we showed was the number for kill, and 76 number for human sacrifice or sacrifice. Now, very interesting to note that Hart's last match, well, his last match he was supposed to have was against the Godfather. Now, you might be thinking, the Godfather, what does the Godfather have to do with it? Well, buckle in. I'm about to show you. If we take Owen Hart, just his first and last name, we get 35. We take the Godfather, we get 53, the reflection of 35. But that's not it. No. That's not it. Now, over the edge. Remember how I just showed you a couple slides back? Hold on, if I can, just so it can be in everybody's face. Boom, boom, boom. Boom. All right, fuck that shit. But we seen that Undertaker equals 60 as well. We already showed that, so I'm not even gonna go back and do all that. But moving on to my point. Over the edge equals 60. Same cipher that Undertaker equals 60 and Over the Edge equals 60. And it's funny to note because Undertaker, he not only on the cover of the Over the Edge pay-per-view, he does like the opening, like he does the opening vignette, I guess you can say. Excuse the misspelling. But he does the opening vignette, and you can listen to it. Go on YouTube. It's very eerie. He says something about own heart, but you could tell he was playing with the fanatic because Owen Hart, he dies that pay-per-view. Right. Yeah. Here we go. I don't know why I was trying to go back, but Undertaker equals 60, and the same cipher Over the Edge does, that same pure cipher. Just like we take from Undertaker's birthday to the death of Owen Hart, the Over the Edge pay-per-view. What the fuck? Son of a bitch. But yeah, back to what I was saying. We get 60 days. We get 60 days. You literally can't make this shit up. Now, I'm going to ask you again. I'm checking back in to anybody skeptical. Still think it's a coincidence. And again, like, what would you rate my grade so far? Because honestly, you ask me, I feel like I should get a motherfucking S. Fucking A+. I feel like I should get an S. Because I was working this shit. Okay? Now, Godfather's character before he was the Godfather was Papa Shango, and he played like it was like a Papa Legba type of character, like the Crossroads type of character. Oh, I'm gonna send you to your death. I'm the last person you meet you to your death, right? That's very interesting because that equals 1032. Again, same numbers are popping up. They may be in a different order. They may be in a different arrangement, but there's going to be the same numbers that we see pop up. Papa Shango equals 132. It's like World Wrestling Entertainment equals 132 in the pure cipher, and it's like it equals 1302 in the satanic cipher. Also interesting to note, the Godfather was 38 years old. Now we already know 38 is a number associating with murder and death. How funny, right? We get the person that used to be Papa Shango now is playing the pimp. He was 38. Now I'm gonna have more on that. Just buckle. Just trust me. Trust me. I put a lot of time to make sure. You feel me? I put a lot of time into this video, so just sit back and watch. Now, funny enough, sacrifice equals 73. Just like Owen James Hart, his full name equals 73 in the reverse reduction cipher. Now, we already seen this with Eddie Guerrero. How sacrifice equals 73 and Eddie Guerrero equals 73 in that reverse reduction cipher. Just going to show you, this is not a game. You may be skeptical, but I guarantee you the elites are not skeptical. Very interesting to note. Also, Owen Hart was 34 years old at the time of his death. Just like murder equals 34. Well, and yeah, he was 34 years old. But yeah, just like how murder equals 34. Now, Undertaker, at the time, he had a faction called the Ministry of Darkness. And they were, I mean, if you can go back, but if you watched, if you grew up watching it, because I was born in 03, so I wasn't even born, but I like watching old matches and old shows. But if you grew up, you know the Ministry of Darkness and like the whole like get down. They were supposed to be some type of occultic group. Funny enough, Owen Hart equals 112 in the reverse cipher. Ministry of Darkness equals 112 in the reverse reduction cipher, and Owen Hart equals 112 in the ordinal reverse cipher. Sorry. Now, yeah, getting back to what I said earlier, the Undertaker, he's used to he's used for predictive programming. I like to call planned programming because as we see, if you already know about the SmackDown vs. Raw 2006 and the story mode with Eddie Guerrero, and also with Owen Hart. We're gonna get to the Chris Breezy one. Of course, I didn't put the video in, but fuck it, right? Now, if we take the day Owen Hart died, the Over the Edge pay-per-view, to the birthday he never got to see, we get 11 months and 2 weeks, just like his name equals 112. That's not it. That's not it. That's not it at all. Human sacrifice equals 67. Just like Owen Hart's full name equals 607 in that satanic cipher. Again, you can take the zero off if you want, and it becomes 67. Also interesting to note, we're going to get right back to Undertaker. Ministry of Darkness equals 86, just like blood sacrifice equals 86. And of course, if you know 86 means to get rid of. So, I mean, kind of self-explanatory right there. Also, Owen, just his first name, equals 191. Just like the Society of Jesus. Now, the Society of Jesus, they are the overlords of this entertainment industry. They orchestrate all of this. They orchestrate everything you see on the TV. Everything that's happened in history. They have their hand in it. They're just the modern day Rome. Put it like that. Now, I was waiting to mention this, but if you did, this is Papa Shango, if you know, kind of self-explanatory. But interesting to note, Papa Shango and Undertaker in real life, they are best friends. It's supposed to say long time. I don't know why the fuck that says long, but long time best friends. They're long time best friends. So I don't really think it would be too far-fetched to know that they were all in on it. I'm pretty sure the only person that didn't know that they were going to die was Owen. Owen was the only person that didn't know he was going to die. Right? Yeah. Again, we take his full name. We get 191 in the Latin cipher. Funny how the same numbers are popping up in different ciphers. And again, all I'm doing is just taking their names how it's spelled. I'm not adding any extra letters. I'm not taking out any extra letters. I'm writing it exactly how they're spelled. Exactly how they're spelled. Exactly how they're given to us. Just like Society of Jesus again, the Jesuits. Now, this 191, this sequence of numbers they're gonna pop back up. They're gonna pop back up. Trust me. Now, if we take the place he died, Kansas City, Missouri, we get 1,302 again in a different cipher. See, see, a lot of people call this coincidence, but it literally can't be a coincidence if we're taking different words and different phrases, and we're getting the same numbers. So we get 1,302, just like World Wrestling Federation equals 132. And again, when we take the day he died to Vince McMahon's upcoming birthday that year, we get 13 weeks and 2 days. Just like that. Now, if you look at the cover, you already see the red flag looking at the cover. But Undertaker's already giving you the one eye symbolism. You see? I just had to type this, but yeah, if Undertaker is on the cover giving you the one eye symbol, all seeing eye symbolism. Sorry. Yeah, I'll let you be the judge. Is it a coincidence? Is it a coincidence? Also, Undertaker is known as the locker room leader and essentially acts as a gatekeeper in wrestling. He said out of his own mouth he looked up to Vince as a father figure. Said that out of his own mouth, as his own admission. Now, if we take the height Owen Hart fell from, we could say 78 feet or 24 meters. Right? Funny how falling equals 24 in the Chaldean and Serpentary cipher. That's not it. Come on. That's not it. Come on. Now we just cracking halfway. We just now cracking halfway. Just like McMahon equals 402. Again, take the zero off and it becomes the reflection of 204. Or just how satanic equals 402 and 24. Satanic. Vince McMahon in the same cipher. Or just McMahon, but you get what I'm trying to say. Just to go show that this motherfucker is really evil. Like, this nigga Vince McMahon is, like, evil. Kurt Angle literally said out his mouth, Kurt's going to hell. I mean, not Kurt, but Vince is going to hell. He said that out of his own mouth. I wonder why. I wonder why. And again, wrestling fans are pretty dull people. Because wrestling itself, I mean, it's scripted, but it's scripted, but you were to show them this, they wouldn't believe it, even though, watching something scripted. And I'm a wrestling fan myself too, so I know. So getting back to satanic, right? When we type satanic in, it equals 67 and 122, just like McMahon. Just proving. Men lie, women lie, numbers don't. Just proving that this nigga is evil. This nigga is evil. Evil and conniving. He's one evil fucking bastard. This is just showing it by itself. You can look into Vince McMahon, but this is literally just showing you this nigga is evil. How do we get satanic and McMahon having the same gematria in both in the same ciphers? They not even reflecting, numbers not even reflecting each other. 911, 911. Again, we get Vince when we put Vince McMahon, we get 204 and 34, just like falling equals 34. When we take Owen, we get 306 in the reverse Sumerian cipher, and we get falling. Well, yeah, we get falling, but it equals 306 in the satanic cipher. How are we putting different words, but we're getting the same cipher? Well, this is how the reverse Sumerian cipher is calculated. I know I got a short on the reverse Sumerian cipher, but essentially it's the English alphabet in reverse times 6. So Z6, Y12, X18, W24, V30, so on and so forth. And if it was regular Sumerian, it would be that same thing, but just with the English language forward. Is why it's called the reverse. Satanic cipher is it's calculated by basically the 1 being 36 and it goes all the way up to 61. Again, we take Kansas City, we get 122, just like satanic. It was a satanic ritual. Even if we take Kansas City, Missouri, like how you would write it on an envelope, we get 180, 81, just like ritual. 180 by itself is already an important number, but you can take the zero off and it becomes 18, or you can make it the reflection, or you can, or it's the reflection of 81, sorry. Just going to show you this is all well orchestrated. I will say again, my opinion, I believe they're using technology and communicating with spirits. I think they're doing both. I have reason to believe they're doing both. Because people were talking to spirits before all this, spirits, fallen angels, whatever the fuck you want to call it. They were talking to them way before all this technology, this modern day technology existed, rather. But I digress. Now, hold on. Oh, damn. I need to rehydrate. But Again, we just take Kansas City, we get 67. We take McMahon, we get 67. We take Blood Sacrifice, we get 67. Just going to show you, this is all a ritual, all a very satanic ritual. They say that they caused that Owen Hart died, or they set him up to die because that pile driver he gave Stone Cold, and Stone Cold, everybody knows Stone Cold. If you don't know wrestling, you've at least heard the name Stone Cold. And he injured Stone Cold and gave him a pile driver and shortened his career. And it's also interesting to know, I don't have it in here, but the same person that did his harness, did his equipment so that he can fly down, was somebody that was already professional, and he did the same. He did the harness work for Sting, and if you know Sting, you know he came down from the Raptors too, and he never failed. He never failed, never failed. But Owen Hart did, and the person that was in charge of it was supposed to be a professional. You really got to think about these things, right? Now, we get into probably my favorite part of the video. Because I left something out. I'm going to get to it at the end once I get to the end of these slides. But this is my favorite part of the video. Because even though I'm born in 2003, Chris Benoit is my favorite wrestler of all time. Because I remember being barely 2 years old. And I remember watching him on SmackDown. And that always stuck with me. Which is his intensity. So let's just get into it. Right? Did Chris Benoit really kill his family, or was it a sacrifice? Now, again, I already showed you 67 and its significance. Funny how when we put a Benoit family, we get 67. Right? Just like Chris Benoit equals 67 in that same cipher, the same cipher, Benoit family equals, we get blood sacrifice and 67. And blood sacrifice and human sacrifice, which both equal 67 in the reduction cipher, the pure cipher. So funny how 67 pops up in both the reduction methods. Peep that. Again, Vince McMahon equals 67 and 122. Just like how Chris Benoit equals 122 and 67. Only difference is they flip ciphers. So it equals 67 in the ordinal, 122, and 122 the ordinal, and 67 in the reverse reduction. So it just goes to show this is all scripted. It's a bloody game. Bloody game. And to somebody that might be wondering, like, why would they do that? Why would they, why would they do such and such? It's because these sick bastards believe like certain people are meant to be sacrificed in their eyes when you step in the game. Like, it's all energy. It all goes back to energy harvesting, and that's a whole another thing in itself. But I'm gonna just keep it on the numbers. I'm just keep it on the numbers. Satanic equals 67 and 122, just like McMahon and Chris Benoit. Right? What a coincidence, right? What another coincidence among a million. I'm sure a wrestling fan is going to find some type of way to discredit this, or anybody in general is going to find some way to discredit it, and that's fine. Because, nigga, I got time. But let's keep moving. Now, if we take the death of Chris Benoit, or the day they say he died, to Vince McMahon's birthday, we get 8 weeks and 6 days. Just like how blood sacrifice equals 86. And, skull and crossbones equals 67. But I probably was overthinking, added that in there. But yeah, 86, just like blood sacrifice equals 86. Oh yeah, interesting to note, Vince McMahon is a 33rd degree Scottish Rite Freemason. I already mentioned that earlier, but funny enough, sacrifice equals 206, and 206 is a very prevalent number because there's 26 letters in the alphabet. God equals 26 in the reduction cipher. And you have there's 206 bones in the human body. Um, Funny enough, Benoit equals 206 in that same Latin cipher. Latin being the Jewish cipher. They just changed the name, but how the Latin cipher works is once you get to K, the 10th letter in Hebrew, it goes by 10. So instead of there's no 11, it's just 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, so on and so forth. It's by the tens and hundreds in Latin cipher, as you can see right here. Funny enough, sacrifice equals 62 and 206, the reflection of 26. Again, you could take the 0 off and it becomes 26, and 62 would just be the reflection of that. And even if we take the city they died in, Fayetteville, we get the reflection of 206 and we get 602. But come on though. Chris Benoit equals 59. Just like the Brotherhood of Death equals 95, 955, and 95. Reflections of 59. And this just goes to show this was a skull and bone Jesuit ritual. Because think about how a whole bunch of people loved Eddie Guerrero and what's his face? I don't know. Not to say what's his face. That's disrespecting Eddie, but Eddie. They loved him, and how Eddie is the beloved one, and Chris Benoit. We don't. Oh my God. We don't talk about him. We don't talk about Bruno. Interesting. Another thing that's interesting is Chris. Just the name, just his first name equals 232. Just like Vincent Kennedy McMahon equals 232 in the ordinal cipher. The ordinal meaning original. So it's the most simplest cipher, I guess you could say, for lack of terms of better word. But this Vincent Kennedy McMahon equals 232 in the ordinal cipher. And Skull and Bones equals 223 in the ordinal cipher as well. Just the anagram of each other. Just the numbers switched around and reshuffled in different positions. That's all. Now, we take his full name in that same satanic cipher, we get 803. Just like murder equals 83. Even if we take his full name in the Sumerian cipher, of course, is the English alphabet calculated by 6. We get 138. Like I said, the same numbers are going to pop up. Same numbers are popping up. And we're on Chris Benoit. And the same numbers I talked about with Eddie and Owen are popping up with Chris Benoit. Also interesting to note, if we take from Vince McMahon's last birthday before the death of Chris Benoit to the actual death, we get 43 weeks. Just like murder equals 34. And again, I'm going to say it again. I'm going to keep saying it again. 34, 43, reflections of each other. Also, this just goes to show you who's behind it. Who these niggas got to bow down to. Who their daddy is. We take the death of Chris Benoit to Vince McMahon's birthday, his up-and-coming birthday. Not the last birthday he had, but the up-and-coming birthday he had that year. We get 2 months, 0 weeks, and 1 day. Just like the Jesuits. I already talked about the Jesuits. I already got a YouTube short. So, I will go reference that for a little bit. Yeah, if we take we take Chris Benoit's birthday. Well, we take the day he died to the birthday he never got to see. We get 47 weeks. Just like Chris Benoit equals 47 in the septenary cipher. I got to work on pronouncing that shit. Very useful cipher, though. Even if we take Chris in the ordinal cipher, we put his name in the English alphabet. We get 56. Just like the day he died on had 57. 57. We take 57 just like the day he died on had 57 date numerology. Now, if we getting back to Eddie, because like I said, some things that are just out of order because I was just too excited. But if we take from WrestleMania 20, now WrestleMania 20 is very significant because that's where you get the famous picture of them hugging in the ring, and also they cut it out of Peacock, but at the end of Chris Benoit's triple threat match he won against Triple H and Shawn Michaels, he has his family in the ring and they're all hugged together, and when you learn about the tragedy, it becomes very morbid, so that's why they took it out. But I digress. And also that was when both of them arguably had their biggest moments in their career. It was WrestleMania 20. You can argue that. But if we take WrestleMania 20 to the death of Eddie Guerrero, we get 20 months. Just like how they wrap WrestleMania 20 and death equals 20. Again, if we take WrestleMania, just WrestleMania, we get 76. Just like how Chris Benoit equals 67, the reflection of 76 in that same reduction cipher. Like I said, these same numbers are going to keep popping up. Same numbers are going to keep popping up. Now, even if we take the day of the year, which it happened, it was the 74th day of the year, March 14th. Interesting to note, killing equals 74 as well. So again, these were skull and bone rituals. Now I have reason to believe skull and bones, they this is just showing you who's behind the hits. Skull and Bones get their symbolism from the Templars, and the Jesuits are modern day Templars, just showing that the Templars or the Jesuits are a big network, and you feel me? They're the one behind all these hits, all of them. Now interesting to note, WrestleMania 20, it happened on March 14, 2004. Now, if we take WrestleMania 20 to the day Chris Benoit died, we get 3 years and 14 weeks, just like the date it happened. Funny how we get 20 months from WrestleMania 20 to Eddie Guerrero's death, like how death equals 20, and it happened at WrestleMania 20. Just like how we take March 14th and we get 3 years and 3 weeks from that day to the death of Chris Benoit. Coincidence? Still a coincidence? Still a coincidence? Okay. Even the tagline, where it all begins, again, the tagline of WrestleMania 20, look. Exactly. This just goes to show you who's behind all this. Who are the puppeteers? The Jesuits. The Jesuits. It's them. How we have 201 and 102. The reflections of each other in the ordinal and the pure cycle. Can't make this up. You literally can't make this up. I promise you. Now, it is well known that Benoit and Guerrero were longtime friends. They both came from they both came to WWF from WCW, and they were part of the Rascals. Another link between the two men are Eddie's another link between these two are Chavo Guerrero, which is Eddie Guerrero's nephew. Funny to note, Eddie Guerrero's real name, Eduardo, equals 27. Yeah, I already got this, but we already seen that. But even if we take Chavo Guerrero's real name, his real first name, we get 27, just like how we take Eddie's real first name and we get 27. Just like ritual equals 27. Now, if we take the last wrestling promotion Eddie was in, the one he left to go to WWE, we get 2,232. Like I said, the same exact numbers are going to pop up. Same exact numbers are going to pop up. Same exact numbers are going to pop up. 2,232, like World Wrestling, World Championship Wrestling and Reverse Sumerian. Funny how when we type Eddie Guerrero's full name, we get the same number in the same cipher. That's that Reverse Sumerian cipher. Now, if we take WrestleMania 20, it equals 624 in the Reverse Satanic cipher. Just like the date, you can write the day Chris Benoit died, June 24th, 624. Even if we take WCW in the Latin cipher, funny how it equals 1,038 in the Sumerian cipher and 803, like murder in the Satanic cipher. Just showing you these in the industry, whether you are a rapper, singer, whatever, depending on how talented you are and how you can be utilized, you'll be marked. So everybody has a number. Everybody has a number. And if you're in that industry, it's just like the DMV. You're just waiting for your number to get called. Because everybody has a number. Trust and believe that. Now, like I said, some things are out of order, so you just got to bear with me. But taking Chavo Guerrero, which is the nephew of Eddie Guerrero, we take his birthday to the day his uncle died. We get 3 weeks and 4 days, just like murder equals 34. Now, we can also say it was 48 weeks. Oh, no. I take that back. If we take the day Eddie died to Chavo's next birthday, we get 48 weeks. Just like Los Guerreros, the tag team they were in together, equals 48. Now, come on. Because this straight heat. I don't even know how long this video is, but I imagine it's long. But come on, we almost done. Now, again, if we take from the death of Eddie to Chavo's next birthday, we get 1 month and 8 days. Just like death equals 118. So how ironic, the last opponent Eddie had, it was 8 months and 8 months, 1 week and 1 day from his birthday. And from him dying is until his nephew's next birthday was 11 months and 8 days. But let's keep it pushing. Now, Chavo was said to be the last person to talk to Chris Benoit before his death. If you look at past interviews he did talking about the incident, he changes his story 2 to 3 times. Yeah, because you can go look at the interviews, but Chavo says at first, his first account was there was a scuffle. He heard Chris Benoit have a scuffle while he was on the phone with him, and then that was the last time he ever talked to him. And he recants his statement after that. He changes it, by the way. He claimed, just like I said, he claims he heard a struggle, like there was an altercation. But it's all important to know. You can look this up too. Chris Benoit was found to be sedated during his autopsy. So with that information, it would have been impossible for him to do all that, then do himself while being sedated. Because when you're sedated, you're sedated. You don't have the energy to do all that shit. Even if we take Chris Benoit's death to Chavo's birthday that year, we get 118 days. Just like from Eddie's death to his next birthday, we get 118 days. But I'm not done. Yeah, I'm not done. Now, we take Chris Benoit in the ordinal cipher, just his first and last name, running it in the English language forward. We get 122. And if we take Chavo Guerrero Jr., we get 221 in the reverse ordinal cipher. So how funny. In the ordinal cipher, Chris Benoit, we get 122. In the reverse ordinal, we get 221, the reflection of 122. Reverse. And these people are all about duality. All about duality and doing things in reverse and all that weird inversely shit. So that's why the same number will pop up in in a reverse cipher and in a regular cipher. In the ordinal or the reduction, and then pop up in a reverse reduction reverse. Because these people are all about duality. Now you can also say it was a span of 119 days from the death of Benoit to Chavo's birthday. Now that 119 is very prevalent. Not only because I'm the one who made the slide, and you feel me, and 119, kind of my shit. But it's going to pop up again. It's another number that's going to pop up again in this video. You're going to see. Trust me. Yeah, like I said right here. He said it perfectly. But yeah, even the Society of Jesus 191, just an anagram for 119. Yeah, I already showed that. Oh yeah. Like I said, some shit out of order, but even we take the death of Eddie Guerrero to the death of Chris Benoit, we get 19 months and 1 week, just like the Society of Jesus, letting you know who orchestrated these hits. And the way they do hits, they don't do it like somebody on the street would do. They have this well planned out, and they're communicating with deities while they're doing it. So, yeah. Now this is we're getting to the end of this presentation, but yeah, you got to let me know how you feeling. How's my grade so far? I maintain that I'm at an S. But Kevin Sullivan was the ex-husband of Nancy Benoit, and his name is often mentioned when people discuss if Benoit really did it. It is also important to mention that Sullivan was a 33rd degree Freemason, and coincidentally, he died. Typo. I put that too. You see, I was excited because our shit is out of order, and I got a bunch of typos. But coincidentally, he dies at the age 74. Now, just peep. Now, they had matches together and they did promos because it was a work shoot, meaning it was real life things, like it was like that happened in real life, that Nancy was married to Kevin Sullivan, and she went to Chris Benoit. That happened in real life, but they fictionalized it. Yeah, they fictionalized something that was real. So that really did happen. Now, if we take the last match they had together, which was at Bash at the Beach, July 13th, 1997, to the day he died, we get 9 years and 11 months. Or we get 119 months. Just goes to show you, this is all scripted. It's all planned out, all well planned out. I'm pretty sure, I don't even know if Chris Benoit probably did it, but you have methods to make people do things they normally wouldn't do. Like I said, by talking to certain people and giving up certain offerings. That's what these people are into. Funny enough, we take Kevin Sullivan, his first and last name, we get 47, the Chaldean and the septenary cipher. Just like Chris Benoit equals 47 in that same septenary cipher. even if we take from Kevin Sullivan's birthday, his previous birthday, to the death of Benoit, we get 7 months and 4 weeks, just like the reflection of 47. Also, nope, didn't mean to do that. Also, the one of Kevin Sullivan's names was the Taskmaster. Funny how, again, we take his last birthday to Chris Benoit's death, we get 34 weeks, the reflection of 43. Also, his other nickname, the Prince of Darkness. From his last birthday to Chris Benoit's death, we get 7 months and 30 days. And this is already telling. He got the black and white duality with the red trunks. Already telling. He's already letting you know what he about and what he do. Yeah. Even we take the Taskmaster in the reverse ordinal cipher, we get 191, just like the Society of Jesus. Again, same numbers popping up. But it all just goes to show it's the Jesuits who are ordering these hits, who are ordering these esoteric, I don't even know what to call them, but the very evil, very evil. Also, if we take the Taskmaster in the reverse reduction method, it equals 83, just like murder. Oh, did not mean to do that shit. But yeah, it equals 83, just like murder does. So yeah, but you see, I'm not finna play with that shit. Now, interesting to note, Chris Benoit's last match in WCW, not his last match ever, but the last match he would have in WCW before he went to the WWF, was that Sold Out against Sid Vicious. Another person murdered by the numbers. But we're gonna do it's real quick, but we're gonna get into the last matches of Chris Benoit and some miscellaneous things before we close this out. Now, Sold Out, the pay-per-view he wrestled at, was equals 132. And just think about sold out. That's right next to it. The 666 should already be a little telling, but that 132, just like World Wrestling Entertainment. But yeah, also that 666 should be also very telling. It's also interesting to note, forgot to know, but Kevin Sullivan was a writer for WCW as well. I just thought I'd mention that. But again, yeah, Sold Out was the last WCW match he wrestled before going to WWF. Also, he won the World Heavyweight Championship and then dropped it. Yeah, getting back to that 132, just like World Wrestling Entertainment and Satanic. I gotta chill out because I be jumping in my ADHD. So you gotta mind me. But yeah, the same gematria, just like the Brotherhood of Death, the other name for Skull and Bones, equals 132. From even from that date to Benoit's death, we get 388 weeks, just like murder equals 83 and 38. Now, even if we take Sold Out, we just take the spelling of the pay-per-view, we get 33. Just like Chris equals 33 in the reverse reduction, and Sold Out equals 33 in the reduction method. Interesting to note. Now, the crazy thing about this is Google, they were doing Google shit because I kept asking what was his last match, and they kept talking about the best of 7 series between him and Bret Hart, which obviously wasn't his last match. But his last match was against Elijah Burke. Funny enough, we take that date, we get 33. His last match, the date of his last match, we get 33, just like Elijah Burke equals 30. When he was in TNA, his name was also the Pope. But even if we take Kevin Sullivan's age in weeks, he was 3,008 weeks old, just like murder. Even if we take Chris Benoit and Nancy Benoit, they have the same gematria in the ordinal and both satanic ciphers. 122, 507, 560. Same thing over here. Same gematria. Also, when we take CTE spelled out, we get 113 in Chaldean. And if you know, you watch my channel, you watch any of my videos on Gematria, we already know about the 113 and how it's the number for deception. Funny how we take CTE spelled out, like the full meaning of it. We get 133. It's like the number of dishonesty. Even how they say he supposedly went out, double murder suicide, we get the same number, 183 or 1,830 in the reverse Sumerian cipher. Just like how his name equals 1,000 and 1,038 in the Sumerian cipher. So reverse, we have the numbers changing arrangement, and you see just reflections, all the same numbers, by the way, all the same numbers. This is how he supposedly died, and this is his name in the Sumerian cipher. Both Sumerian ciphers, by the way. Sumeria goes back to ancient Babylon. Well, yeah, well, not the same place, but you get what I'm trying to say. Double murder suicide. Yeah, again, even if we take double murder suicide in the septenary cipher, it equals 81, just like ritual. So just showing you that this was a ritual, a skull and bones ritual. Even if we take the place he died, Fateville, 602, just like sacrifice at 206. But this is interesting to note because how I mentioned Kevin Sullivan and just showed the things with the 74 and 47. Even with to put his full name, even his middle name, Francis. Francis, I'm going to get into that. But Francis Sullivan, we get 99, 1999, which is 666 flipped upside down. We get 99 in the reverse satanic cipher and 74. Interesting to know he died at 74, by the way. Also, we take his Chris Benoit's son, Daniel Benoit, we get 70. Now, of course, I've been saying all video, you probably gonna get tired, but take the 0 off, it becomes 7. Interesting to note, he dies at 7 years old in the year 2007. Now, this is something I wanted to add that I didn't add. That I didn't add into my slides. I'm just going to present this and then I'm going to be out of here. Now, how they say Chris Benoit died. Well, no. Chris Benoit was known as the Crippler. Okay? How we see, matter of fact, I'll just do this. He was known as the Crippler. You see the 11947. I told you the 119 is going to be was very prevalent in that ritual. The 119 and the 47 crippler. Just like how we take the way he died, we get the same numbers. 119 and 47. Just like his nickname. But even in, we take Kevin Sullivan's name, his middle name, we get the same thing. We get the same thing, same numbers. So I conclude that Eddie, Owen, and Chris were all sacrificed by the numbers. Yeah. So hope you enjoyed the video. Hope you liked. If you didn't like, you hated, shit, I hope you hated good. I just want to get this out there. Hopefully the wrestling fan can come across this video, or the right person can, and learn something they didn't know before. So, other than that, I'll be out of here. Appreciate you for watching if you stuck around to the end. And until the next one, holla.